ladies and gentlemen, boys and ghoulies, welcome to another stellar episode of Danny Does. Today I'm back at Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida for yet another update on Halloween Horror Nights. This is the most exciting time of the year because I feel like anytime you visit, even if it's a day later, there's always going to be something new and exciting going on. So yes, I was just here 2 weeks ago, and then yes, I was just here last week, and I'm back today. But I think we're going to be in luck because I'm positive that there are some new updates and additions to the construction for the scare zones that we'll be able to see. So let's not waste any more time. Let's go. So this main stretch of road that we're walking up right now is called Avenue of the Stars, and on this road straight ahead, you're going to see your first glimpse of the first scare zone that you'll encounter as you walk in the main gate, called the Harvest, which is actually really cool. I was here about 4 days ago and none of this was here. During the day, it doubles as a stroller parking area. Very efficient. And if you'll recall from my last video, which if you haven't seen, you need to get on that, tells the story of an old barn which sits in the middle of the Avenue of the Stars and features frights beyond your wildest nightmares, ready to harvest on your blood. So if I were you, I would make sure that you're not bleeding anywhere, cover all cuts with a band-aid, which is probably good practice no matter where you are, because the scare actors in the Harvest Scare Zone will be ready to feast on your blood. Or so they say, I don't know. I wouldn't chance it. Ha, chance, get it? This sign says Haddonfield, and I'm not quite sure what that's a reference to. If you know, go ahead and post that in the comment section below. So with the addition of the scare zone behind me, all 5 scare zones for HHN28 are now intact. The Harvest, Chucky, Clowns, Twisted Tradition, and Vamp 85. All 5 are pretty much up and ready to go. Does not look like there's anything of note in terms of new construction or additions in this Revenge of Chucky scare zone. So onward. In my last webisode, Shaggy was looking for Scooby-Doo, and if you look right over my shoulder here, it appears as if he's found him, which is good. So I exited out of this little side entrance. I cross-referenced the map for Halloween Horror Nights for this season. This stage is not on there, so I am almost positive that this stage behind me is for Rock the Universe and has absolutely nothing to do with Halloween Horror Nights. While we're on the topic, quick shout out to the Gamer of Knowledge. He has his own YouTube channel and he's been quite helpful in giving me tips about this year's event. Meanwhile, this stage, which we saw last week, has a couple more enhancements, including this object underneath this tarp, and more of a tarpy looking material up top here, and some lighting rigs. Also noticing these decorations on the door here. Maybe they're always here, but I have a feeling that they're not. Other than that, there's really nothing too important of note for the Vamp 85 scare zone. Springfield, in addition to being home of The Simpsons, it's also home to one of 2 holding cells day guests can use to stay within the park as it's closing to those without admission to HHN. Dubbed as a stay and scream area, the entire section between the Duff Brewery down to Bumblebee Man's taco truck will be sectioned off for the bravest visitors hoping to be some of the first to walk through this nightmarish hell known as HHN. This area is perfect for you if you want to visit any of the following: Trick or Treat, Seeds of Extinction, Slaughter Cinema, Dead Exposure, or Blumhouse. It's also pretty close to the Twisted Tradition scare zone and the Academy of Villains stage show in the Fear Factor Theater. Also going to be close to 2 rides that are staying open throughout the event: Men in Black Alien Attack and the Simpsons ride. The other holding cell area is going to be across the lagoon in the New York section of the park, over by Finnegan's. The Finnegan's Stay and Scream area is also a great option because you're within spitting distance to both the Scary Tales and Poltergeist houses, and you're literally within the Vamp 85 scare zone. Then, right around the corner, Killer Clowns from Outer Space are eagerly awaiting your arrival. As we approach the Killer Clowns from Outer Space scare zone, I'm already noticing something I haven't seen before, which is this ice cream truck, which was featured in the movie, and it looks like they moved one of the props over just a little bit. This is a super awesome recreation of the ice cream truck that was featured in the movie, which if you haven't seen, go ahead and do your research and check it out right now. It is streaming on Netflix, or at least it was as of a couple weeks ago. Let's see if there's any hidden gems in this little JoJo ice cream truck. No, it looks pretty standard. Nutty Buddy cone, Nick on a stick. Is that something I should recognize? So I don't know what the camera's going to be able to pick up, but right behind me they are rehearsing the Cyberpunk Show for Academy of Villains, which is super awesome. Over closer to the Men in Black Alien Attack attraction, I was able to get some shots of the large screen that's going to be behind them on stage. I just think it's really cool. I'm really looking forward to this show. Last year's show was epic. This year's show I think is going to be even better. This I think is the 3rd year that they're inviting Academy of Villains back for HHN. You may or may not already know this, but Academy of Villains is a dance troupe with many different parts throughout the country. One of their troupes auditioned on America's Got Talent. If you get a chance, check it out. It's pretty cool. I'm also gonna go ahead and post a link to the Cyberpunk official video. I don't know if they're gonna do a variation of that show or that entire show as it is on the video, but as I'm listening to what they're rehearsing for right now, it doesn't sound like it's quite the same show. It has the same name, but I don't think it's gonna be the same show. It's frustrating, but it appears as if there are still no signs of any HHN merchandise quite yet. Soon. So yeah, that's about all I've got for now. But today was a great day. We walked through the park, got to see some of the new props set up for the event, the AOV rehearsal, and the Stay and Scream zones. More will be revealed, and you better believe I'll be living for it. Please like and share this video. Please consider subscribing to my channel to stay up on all the latest from Universal, Disney, and more. Be easy, and as always, have a magical day.